Hey guys, hope you're having a good evening tonight. My name is Bruce Gleason. I live at 9782 Santiago Boulevard, and I'm here to talk about the In God We Trust issue. And the reason for that is since you're probably going to be putting it on the ballot, I will be talking to the citizens of Villa Park tonight. I understand quite a few citizens don't have cable, so I will be placing my remarks on YouTube tomorrow. Just search for Villa Park City Council meeting. Last month, the City Council members voted to give the citizens of Villa Park the opportunity to vote for the In God We Trust plaque on the Chambers wall in the upcoming ballot in November. Villa Park will be the first city in California, or to my knowledge, in the United States to have their citizens vote on this religious matter, the In God We Trust issue. I do not know if such a vote is constitutional or not, but I would like to ask the person, I believe the person who suggested it is here tonight, if he has case law or precedence for this, or if it's simply his opinion. Now the In God We Trust issue is left with you, the citizens of Villa Park. I'd like to mention several reasons to vote against this issue. Some of you might think I'm a bit eccentric standing up here. I'm sure some of the city council members do. Arguing against a little sign that most everyone wants, but the minority of people don't want. That's the most important reason why you should vote no on this issue. Because if you are a minority forced to see a promotion of religion or even anti-religion, instead of the majority, you might be up here right next to me. But to put it another way, what if a majority were unbelievers and they wanted to place a plaque saying there is no God? Or we live in a natural world with no supernatural deity controlling us in the room? My bet is that you'd be down here by the hundreds next to me. It's the same either way. That's why you should vote no against this issue, to keep all religious or non-religious beliefs out of government. I should say just religious beliefs out of government, no matter if it's a city, state, or federal. In other words, we all must set a boundary for where religion should be promoted and where it should be not promoted. You might say, what's really wrong with placing a plaque on the wall? Well, nothing's wrong with it if you believe in God. But since a minority in people at Villa Park do not believe in God, is it right to promote a God in government chambers with a plaque that presumes it's the voice of all of us? Take a look at it this way. If Christians were in the minority and your city let a majority of, let's say, Muslims place a plaque with Allah is great on the wall, how would you feel? Probably the same way that I feel and several other residents feel here in our beautiful hidden jewel. This is one very important aspect of government that our founding fathers set up to protect the minorities from the majorities in religious matters. This is another reason to vote no, even if you are in the religious majority. You may ask, as one of the council members said last month, majority rules most of the time anyway, so why not now? I actually agree with you on this. It's appropriate for the majority to sometimes get their way, said one of the council members, as long as it's concerning government issues and not religious issues. As soon as you cast the vote to the public for a religious issue, you lose your rights of religion immediately, no matter what way you believe. This is why it's wise to vote no on this issue next November, to promote your right to believe in a way you see fit without trampling on the rights of other minorities who believe differently. In other words, protect the religious minority from the religious majority. Our country has more religious freedoms than any other country in the world because we have kept our religion out of government. As a non-believer, I want believers to prosper in their religion. In other words, have as much God as you can handle. And they can do this because of what I believe is the right thing to do. Keeping religion out of government promotes this freedom of believing in any God or as much God or no God. Why should the majority dictate any motto with the word God in it that others do not believe? Another good reason to vote no. Coming to the close here, guys.
I hope so.
I carefully timed this for your 5-minute allotment. I appreciate your time on this. In closing, not in closing, one more paragraph here. A certain council member said, last month, "I'm so sick of being politically correct." I nearly fell to the ground after I heard this because, as most people sitting in any government seat should be doing the opposite, being politically correct, especially in a government seat. Isn't this what a representative is supposed to do from our own community? In closing, my question is this: will you, as citizens, be politically correct and vote not what you personally believe, but vote to protect the religious rights of everyone in our community? Vote no next November on the In God We Trust issue. And now I'd like to turn to another issue, and this will only take about 40 seconds. Is that all right, guys? Okay. I see a couple smiling faces on the City Council. I hope you enjoyed that. Last month, I announced a new skeptics group called Villa Park Skeptics Group, and we have a couple people already signed up, and we're going to have a meeting this Thursday in Villa Park, and if anybody would like to sign up or find out where the address is, they can go to info@backyardskeptics.com. That's backyardskeptics.com. A couple things, one last thing here. It's a great place to enjoy conversation with other skeptics and atheists without any religious dogma. If you are agnostic, looking for answers of how the real world works, this would be a great group to visit. We have answers for many of those meaning of life questions. And again, it's backyardskeptics.com. And I asked Ken about the In God We Trust issue. Did you research the issue about if we do not have the funds, Ken, at all? What will happen?
I have questions out on that. So.
Okay. Well, as soon as you get that, I'll be calling you, and maybe you can give me that answer. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Good evening, council members.
We haven't
Jim
seen
Warden, 1002 on Sycamore Street.
I haven't seen him for a long time.
Let's see. I got a 20 here, and it says, "In God We Trust." I got a 10 and a 5, and all of them say, "In God We Trust." When we take them out these, let's take the sign down.
I like it.